Greetings and salutations, Dota fans! It is I, Badger, back for some more League of Legends Season 13 action, and I'm joined tonight by the return of logical Dota 2 straight out of Saudi Arabia, back from working the Gamers 8 Riyadh Masters. How are you in this fine evening?
I'm doing good. I made it back.
Cool.
I lived.
You did live. And after, of course, seeing some pretty epic dotes and getting paid, you are back to not get paid and see some lads Dota 2 action. On the Radiant side, a lot of associates of you, actually. It is the Lonely Stoner, Polo, Sasquatch, Jakku, Dark, and MJ. Meanwhile, on the dire side is Karantanamo Bay, Wage, Karan, Bunyan's Confused, and Math Magician 10.
Yeah, definitely two of the more interesting teams. I think.
I'm looking over at
I'm.
the records, and as it currently stands, Karantanamo Bay 10-8, Lonely Stoner 2-10. They've had a rough season so
Yeah,
far.
I know. I was really surprised by that. Like, I thought we were having a rough one, but we're 5-7. That's like not that bad.
We have 5 wins.
Yeah, well, it's because we got two forfeit wins, so it's like
We have three
it's pretty.
wins.
Yeah, we
When do
two
we get
owed
3 wins?
we two owed the off team, the like good team, like a genuine. We two owed the like genuinely good team, and then
Wait,
we
wait,
we
was that the day I wasn't there?
might have been that's we don't have to talk about that though. We won the boozy team. We were so good we made him quit.
uh, what can you do? Where were we?
Some interesting first phase draft bans though. Wisp Ven. I mean, I guess Venom is just a good ban in lads from looks of things. But these lonely stoner bands is like on some RD12 shit. Nyx Assassin Disruptor. They do not. They're not trying to get caught.
Again, Karantanamo Bay love those style heroes as well, where they love to go and do the brawling style, get their pick off, especially for a player like that. That you can get them on a nice little comfortable support hero that gets kills. But they're not today, not today. It's gonna have to be Undying, which of course is actually a good hero, but does not have the same oomph catch wise as Disruptor or Nyx.
Yeah. Snap Coddle's an interesting first phase. I mean, I guess Snap is just really good, so you can always flex it. I think Dark is gonna play Snap. But I mean, of course, anyone can play. I think I remember Sasquatch used to enjoy playing the hero sub. Coddle's gonna be sub almost certainly.
Yeah, unless it's some like throwback at this point, what 2021, 2022 style Derek Casio Coddle mid is not happening.
I mean, people were doing it for a little while. Even like as soon as the hero got changed, and they put Blinding Light on the second spell, like it was like really broken as a four. But also people were playing it mid. I think it was like Sumail was doing it.
I don't know why. I just mentally associate it with with Derek Casio.
He was like the first person, probably like one of the first people.
He
I mean, no, he was
was
like he was ahead of people, but he was doing it when it was bad, probably. But I guess you only know it's good when pro players are doing it, and so you
I feel
can't
like he
really
was
be
I
early
feel
on
like
it
it's the first person playing it on the US East pubs, and that's the only server I watch.
easily.
So
Yeah. So Apex Wind Ranger, that's probably the most interesting. This is some like Nine Pandas esque thing. I think they're the ones who are doing this a lot. People are like picking Apex Wind Ranger in response to Storm 6-7, so like Storm Coddle or like Storm Sky 6-7. But just like just raw dog and Wind Ranger into two potential supports, probably unlikely.
I
I
mean,
guess this might be what Wage wants against Snapfireman.
it's got a lot of flex potential. I think literally all their players play it. So
Yeah,
in
that's
essence,
fair
you have flex
actually. Yeah.
power.
Here's still pretty good.
I do have to say though,
Dude,
I like these second phase bands. I'm not sure how good they are, but I see Brood band, Bloodseeker band. I'm on board.
I mean,
I
yeah,
am on
those heroes are
board.
just really good. Those heroes are like first phase bannable, honestly. SF ban probably because they pick it a lot on 1 and 2. Bloodseeker, Ember, Storm. Alright, those are good. Those are good second phase bans. Maybe not Storm actually. Maybe you can left Storm in if you just have Wind Ranger already. Faceless Void 15.
Alright, I'm seeing a very strong Chronosphere combo being built here. Snap ulti, Caught Illuminate, Chronosphere, 18 pick, 24 pick. It's gonna be a lot of damage.
They should have banned Void probably. But I mean, I guess they do have Dirge, so You can save people from Chronosphere, and that's pretty strong. Especially because like Core Snap isn't really that good versus Undying, I think, because then you like when you get level 20, you have to choose whether you want to Little Shredder the Tomb or Little Shredder actual heroes. So honestly, I might even like it more if the Snap move to Sup roll.
Especially this sort of game where you have very obvious setup for the ulti. You don't necessarily need to say get the 20, get the 25, buy a crit. You can just kind of sit back there, buy your aura items and an ags or whatever, and just contribute into the chrono. Speaking of things you can throw into a chronosphere, it is Skyrath Mage. I feel like Karantanamo Bay wanted to void themselves, and it's like, wait, they picked the void. What do we do now?
Yeah, I can see that. The 4 player is Bunions, right? I'm surprised at early. I don't know if playing Skyra, but it's like a pretty decent pick. It's like a nice combo with Wood Ranger also, because like early on you can this guy can like silence from fog and you can get shackles with it, and obviously shackle into Mystic Flare is like a lot of damage.
I know a number of
Axe
teams
is a really good pick here.
who
Oh, sorry, continue.
for Karantanamo Bay X.
Yeah, yeah, it's nice lane into Void, works really well with their heroes. Pretty good into Snap also, I'd say. Yeah.
That like Wind Sky style of lane though seems to do very well in lands. Like I know last season my team picked Wind Sky. A number of other teams that picked these Wind Sky style of lane ran over the carry. It's like, all right, we're gonna have some fun here. We do damage. You can't take damage. Your game's ruined. And maybe that's the idea here is just to kind of shove that combo down somebody's throat, ruin their day.
Yeah, they could do it. I think I would kind of struggle against Void though. I think Void is probably like maybe the best hero against that type of lane.
Do have the Time Walk. We have Void Spirit. Interesting, interesting.
You're probably right then. Probably is Wind Wrangler off lane. Void Spirit mid. Interested by this Void Spirit pick, but I mean I guess it like plays kind of nice with the Skywrath. You can like run around and kill people with just those two. Lonely Stoner. What are they gonna pick here?
I mean, surely they
Probably
scrap some great hero chuck stuff into circle. You know what I love actually is
which one?
Puck. Because you have a
Huh.
lot of good offensive potential with the coil with Puck, and you can always just contribute into Chronosphere. Puck. 'Cause all you have to do
Yeah,
is buy like a Yules or a Lynx or something, you'll be fine, right?
yeah. Puck is decent. I'm a little bit concerned about it because it's pretty bad into Skywrath. I think just the instant silence is pretty strong against it, and the lane against Voice Spirit is pretty tough also. But if it feels like it's someone who's like known for Puck, then I wouldn't be surprised because you can. It's not the biggest deal.
Surely Dork Dotes.
Meepo.
Whoa there. I mean, I mentioned in the preseason that this is going to be the season in Meepo and Lads, and this is not one of the teams I was thinking about, but we do have Meepo.
Yeah, the hero is broken. I don't know how much you watch every odd, but people were like eight picking Meepo. Some teams were eight picking Meepo, like specifically IG and Talon. I think they both like eight picked Meepo. This hero is just insanely stupid. From you have like a bunch of ways to save your own Meepos with Ags and Shard. It just does a lot of damage. I think people finally figuring out the Atos buildup is really strong. It's a insanely good Meepo game also. Like even with the faces way. I'm gonna I think it should be Darker Meepo. I've never seen him play Meepo to be honest. Actually I don't maybe the only person I've ever seen play Meepo on Radiant is Sasquatch.
I was going to say, surely Mr. StarCraft player could play Meepo, right? Surely.
I've seen him play Meepo a fair bit. But the hero's like kind of easy to be honest. So yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see. It's a phenomenal Meepo game though. Good against all of Dire's heroes. And I wouldn't say it's particularly good with their heroes. Like it might be awkward with Chronosphere. But the nice thing about Meepo is it's not like a carry anymore. You can just kind of like pick this hero anywhere. You can carry the game with it, but also you can literally chuck it off lane, which is what like a lot of teams are doing. That's what JT was doing on IG and what what's his face? Jabs was doing on Talon. Because this hero plays really fast. You just like your laning is fine, and then you get a Atos, and you can just run around and you can like play aggressive parts of the map. And that's like the scariest thing I think is because you have this like Meepo who's like just like looming over the game, farming the entire time, and he's like scary. You have to deal with him. But even if you like kill him a couple times and he isn't able to like carry the game anymore. He's still strong, and you don't like win because their meepos like neutered.
That seems like one of the things that's happened over time is a lot of these historical meeple weaknesses have been removed or at the very least lessened. Where before, if you kind of like ruined Meeple's start, his game was ruined. Not the case anymore. But even before, if you have great AoE, you ruin Meeple's game. Now you buy an Ags. There's a lot of things where people could just do now that historically he could not do. It makes him a lot more of a just viable hero in general. It seems. We do have a Slark though, so we're looking at Wind 3, Void Spirit mid Slark 1. I think they're going to see the legendary Karan Slark, which is usually quite good, but occasionally has blundered games, so it should be interesting.
Yeah, looks like a pretty good Slark game. I mean, he has to like watch out for Chrono, but that's pretty much it. It's like you don't die to meepo, but you don't really do anything to it. So depending on the skill of this meepo player on Radiant, this game seems pretty hard for Chrono and Tanmo Bay. I think they should be looking for a. Well, I don't know who's playing off, or I don't know who's playing meepo. I'm gonna assume it's Dark, but I kind of hope that it's Sasquatch. Let's see, Primal Beast.
That's a Primal
Yep.
Beast. Dark Primal Beast.
Yep.
Oh, over to Sasquatch Meepo. Let's go. Let's go. I am officially excited.
Alright, so it's mid Primal Beast, I'm pretty sure. Dark told me he wanted to play mid now. And it's gonna be offlane Meepo on Sasquatch.
Now it's the
These
number
guys,
one play for any team that's struggling in lads to swap the roles. Swap the roles,
yeah.
mix it up.
But now we can complain that their Tricore is OP, right? They have 6k, 7k, 7k.
You know, Dark former 8K, Sasquatch former 7 point whatever. You know, we can definitely pump the numbers.
I don't think
up
Dark
here.
ever hit 8k. I think Sasquatch went. No, actually, Sasquatch was like 7k. That's max. He didn't really play that much.
We're gonna pump the numbers up. We're gonna bring up 2018 numbers here. Just pump them up. Either way, look at the draft. I like this Radiant draft a lot. Who do you prefer here?
I don't know how experienced Sasquatch will be in, but honestly, I think that Dire might win just because the record of these two teams, and I don't know how practice Sasquatch is on Meepo, but of course I'm biased. I hope that Radiant does well. I think that Dire also. I'll have to see how they do their lanes. Maybe you like really want to destroy the Meepo, you lane the Undying against it, but I think it might be better to have the Undying lane bottom with the Wind Ranger to have like this range melee split between the subs and the cores, and also I think in lane Undying will do a lot more. Nah, he's walking top.
Alright, my argument is I don't care how practiced he is on Meepo. You play Zerg, right? You're talking about like 67 units you're microing. He's got 4 units. He'll be ready.
Yeah, but it's different because like I don't. Do the units have abilities in StarCraft? I thought you just like they just like do things, right? Like they just like have different stats or they like have different functions.
I'm gonna be
I
real
don't
with
know
you.
if
I
you
did
like
not play.
click
I did
buttons.
not play much StarCraft. I was a Warcraft
Okay.
player.
Yeah. So from my understanding, this might be wrong because I know literally nothing about StarCraft. But I think that you don't have to like click anything on your units, or like you just like click your units and you like move them somewhere to like do an action.
That's probably correct. Again, I have to trust you this one because my StarCraft knowledge is like watching a couple IEMs, watching a WGC, and looking at some memes about Idra. So not very,
Yeah.
not very knowledgeable.
I think this we'll see how we'll see how Jakku plays this, but honestly, I like really like the idea of Thesis Void just like sitting in this bottom lane and just like tanking damage and then time walking it off. And they just like have a lot of regen. Jakku can even press Chakra to reduce the cooldown of time walk, so he can use it more often to deal with these like double range heroes harassing. I think he should be really fine.
I was looking at Radiant Vision there, and they had no idea there was 3 Dire heroes sitting in the low grounds. You see Pole walk up, it's like, yeah, I don't want to be here. I'm out. It's a bad idea.
Skyrath mage players also are carried by their hero and don't know how to buy items. As you can see with Bunyan starting build, he bought a crown. I don't know what possesses people to want to start with items that cost more than 400 gold, but they're always bad.
Yeah, I'm gonna clip that, send it to Artorias. I need every ammo I can get to insult them, so I'm ready to go.
I mean, sometimes boots are okay, and like I guess magic wand is good if you're a core hero, but This is like ugly. This doesn't even seem fun. Sometimes you like do something bad and it's fun. It's like, oh, you know, he's having fun. I just cannot imagine having this crown as fun. You're just like banking on the other team being really bad. Because like if he gets a kill with it somehow, so like if he avoids losing his lane, ends up winning his lane somehow, just by his waste of gold, then he'll have like a really fast Ados, and that'll be funny.
Got +4 all stats logical. How could he lose?
Yeah.
Look
The
at him. He's
equivalent
doing
of
4 more damage. 4 more
the
damage
equivalent
right
of 4
clicks.
iron branches.
Nah. Iron branches are a social construct. I mean, he's buying them anyways, but still.
Yeah. I mean, I like that. I like that he's buying iron branches, but he's gonna like run out of W's, I think.
I got a feeling I'm going to miss some action mid looking at another lane, because Dark's playing on the edge right now. I think he's going to want... Oh, he's up bottle? Okay, never mind, he's fine. Mid lane's boring again.
Should probably check out this top lane more. That's where things should be happening.
There's a tombstone. Perfect timing. Blood grenade to use on Sasquatch. He's on the run. Pounce missed by Karan. He'll turn to Mjon, who kills the tombstone. That will be our first blood, barring a huge stick. Mjon still running. One more hit will do the job, and Karan grabs first blood. Slark off to a fantastic start. +1 permanent agility, and a lot of gold his way.
That's tough. Sasquatch barely missed the Q on Slark. I guess Slark dodged the Q, as how casters say it. But, yeah, that was, like, really close. I like the insta level up on Snapfire to skill Shredder. That's, like, of course, a really good move against Dirge.
We saw it there from Mjon. He killed the tombstone. The problem was the other things that were not from tombstone just really messed him up there.
Yeah. That is honestly probably the only window where Dire can actually get kills in this lane, I think. Because, like, aside from this, they're going to have attack speed slow for the Slark. And, like, nets and stuff to get away. And this, like, they're never going to get this Blood Grenade Tombstone timing against the Lil Shredder.
Well, here we go again. Blood grenade, this time from the Radiant side, to bring down Mathematician. They'll head to Karan, who will pounce away. Again, this is the point in the game if you're playing on the Mathematician Undying. You trade your life for Karan to get farm. That's your job now. You are no longer Undying. Your name's an oxymoron. It's time to die.
Yeah. Their lane's not that bad, but Radiant is playing it pretty well now. They're like, they held this lane at a good spot. And, yeah, the like camp is blocked, so he just has to sit here. And Sasquatch is, like, staticking the wave. So it's hard for Slark to do anything because he's low.
Radiant's... Actually, Mjon does not grab the Lotus here. I was going to say, if Radiant get both Lotuses here, that's so huge, but Mjon did not grab the topside Lotus. It's just there still. It's still there. Nobody knows it's still there. Apparently Dire... Okay, now Karan's going to grab it. Never mind. He's not going to grab it. He has no idea it's still there. He kind of just assumes, oh, there's no Lotus. It's minute 4. There's no Lotus there. It's still there, though.
Yeah. Someone should probably pick it up.
I kind of just want to like, stare at it and just say, you know what? Just gonna draw some arrows, like, guys. Or if the stream's anything, they'll see it in 2 minutes. Like, minute 5, grab the Lotus. Alright, mid lane. Is anything interesting happening mid lane?
Wage is kind of winning, which I don't think should happen, but it's kind of a big deal. Because if Void Spirit with a good lane means you can still like scale and be a like pre-patch Void Spirit, I think. This hero just like needs a lot of levels. So you can get all that damage. 4.8 4.8 damage per level. Top lane.
Top lane Tombstone used. Math quite low, but Mjon's in danger as well. Pounced forward by Karan. Snapfire to fall. Meepo looks to man fight, but again, Slark has got 2 kills to his name. The Lotus still in the pool. Eventually someone's going to grab that, surely. But for now, it's still going to be there.
Yeah. Slark's sitting at bottom of the CS for the cores, but he is second in net worth right now. Just because of the 2 kills.
Especially that first blood kill, too. Very important for... Just turning what would have been a very bad lane into actually, at the very least, an even laner.
Yeah, now it's going to get a lot worse, though. Meepo hit level 4. No points of poof. I think this skill build's a little bit outdated, but on the Sasquatch might know something I don't. I'm actually... I'm like, what, Platinum tier Meepo or something, but I have not kept up with it that much this patch. I'm like heroes when they're bad. Yeah, but he can get bullied out really hard like this, so they're gonna have to watch out. And Sasquatch is like never gonna die, especially with his build, where he's just like healing up a storm. Undying can maybe even die from full HP. They kind of gotta watch out.
A lot of
Oh man,
spells missed for the
misspells.
Radiant side there. Decay hits on 3. Math still man fights, as does Karan. We're seeing a rotation mid by Skywrath Mage as well. Bit of a wraparound gank from Bunny and secure that minute 6 rune. Back to the top lane though, there's still a Lotus in the pool. There'll be 2 Lotuses quite soon. And Karan's going there, got the minute 6 Lotus. Like, hey guys, wait, there's 2 Lotuses. Or never mind, he's just man fighting instead. Sasquatch goes on Math. Blood Grenade used by M. John. Math Magician is dead. There's still a Lotus in the pool. Back over to mid lane. It is Haste Rune secured by Bunions. Rune goes to Wage. Of course, Dark wanted that one as well. Over to bottom lane, meanwhile, Confused. He's in a little bit of danger. He'll turn into Polo instead, however. Back to top lane. Never mind, all the action's over. Must mid lane. Dark goes in there for Wage. Wage is hasted, so he's fine.
Nice. Gets the D ward on the ward though. I think Dark is like recovered in this lane pretty fine. He's just gonna be chilling. He's doing some schizo shit right now, but it makes sense. Oh, he missed the wave. If he like dragged the wave like that, that would have been pretty cool.
Got 2 creeps, but alas, not a full wave. You already see some alties though. Both mids already have their 6, but the side laners are not far from theirs either. Karan and Sasquatch both are about a half level away. Polo a little bit further, about a level and a quarter away from his, but it will come soon, surely. Wisdom runes go 1 to each team. Nothing too exciting and shocking there. We're at a complete break in the action though. There's just farming going on right now.
Yeah, I mean those are definitely some like. Yeah, I mean farming makes sense for right now. I'd say probably the best thing to do is watch from the mid lane. Yeah, the lane's kind of broken down, as you said. Karan is struggling now, just because Sasquatch has been denying a lot of creeps.
On the bright side, he is 6, but he's
Oh.
going in for Sasquatch. Perhaps a bit of a bold play there. He's got Shadow Dance ready to go now. Used Tombstones on the floor. Blood Grenade used by the Undying. Sasquatch will TP. It will not be successful. A 3rd kill now for Karan. Keeping his net worth high purely through the blood of his enemies. I'm out of creeps.
That was really well played by Karan. That was a pretty necessary kill. Give him like 600 gold or something insane. Just farming heroes. 3 permanent edger.
Meanwhile, we're going to see Dark go in for Math. Math surely dies here. Ulti available, not even needed for the Primal Beast. That's the 3rd kill of the game now for the Radiant side. Both teams are 3 apiece. And there's a lot of holding hands from supports mid this game, and this time Dark punishes like, you know what, Undying? You want to go mid? I will kill you. Stop going mid. How good is Meepo right now at killing stacks? Because Sasquatch is making ancient stacks.
How good is what at killing stacks?
Because Meepo does kill ancient stacks super. Wait, he didn't even stack it. He tried to stack it, didn't stack it. What can you do? But
Yeah,
Meepo does some
Meepo.
super epic ancient stack killer. Bottom lane
Yeah,
Polo is incredibly
he's
dead, by
pure
the way.
damage.
We're seeing some TPs in, but perhaps a little bit too late. Sasquatch misses a net. Confused runs away. M-John simply going to die at a tower. Never mind. Dark will save him instantly. It's 1-for-1 trade now. Wade is on the run. He has no spells left to play with. A double kill for Dark. Look to the south side. Math, who I think twin gated over, is now in a lot of danger. Snap ulti is used by M-John. Bring down the Math Medicine Undying. So sure, you bring down Faceless Void, but you lose 3. Not a great trade. You know what? Now think about it, Karan was farming. It was worth it. It's okay they lost 3. Karan is farming, Void is not.
Yeah. And Polo's like honestly the offlaner at this point. He'll like scale. So he'll just have to keep farming and try to not die that much. And then eventually he's gonna carry the game. That's something that Yatoro was like insanely good at, I think Riyadh. Is like as long as heroes on a hero that scales and they pick Void a lot on like 8 pick, as long as he was on a hero that scales, he would just like be okay. He would just be like 3rd or 4th network core in the game. And then he would just like farm and never die. ever. And then eventually he would carry the game. He'd just wait to take a good fight. He'd get a insane chrono off, like 3 or 4 heroes, and then he would just like carry the game.
Well, Math tried to go for a kill on Sasquatch, could not find it, and now he's just solar bound, so he's just slow. You over to mid lane, Wage go for a soul kill on M-John. Saw Dark getting a soul kill earlier, wants to equalize it, but unlike Dark, he could not secure that solo kill.
It's yeah.
I feel like my brain is like entirely rotten from all these games where it's like 2 kills a minute. Now it's like only 1 kill a minute. It's so slow. It's actually not that slow. Mid lane, Dark's going on him for the kill on Wage, but Wage has spells ready to go in a 10 charge magic wand, so he's not in any real danger. My brain's just like entirely rotted from these games. It's like 2.5 kills per minute. It's like, oh, only 1 kill per minute now? It's no action at all. Whatever will I do?
Yeah, I mean, there's not that much going on. I think because like the only way you can really do a lot is if your subs play with your mid hero and they can like go run around. But unless that happens, and it's just like, oh, someone fucks up in a side lane, and then you go kill them with the heroes that are already there in the side lane. But yeah, like right now, these mid heroes are both. I mean, Dark is kind of. He like has 4 kills, but he's playing kind of AFK. He's just like pushing up the mid wave. And,
Well, we'll turn on Wage mid lane, but Wage has the invincibility rune, therefore he is literally invincible, simply getting away from Dark. Despite the best efforts of M-John.
Dark's gonna push out this mid wave, and then he's probably just gonna kill one of these junglers. Oh.
He's going in for Wage, ulti, now canceled by the Astral Remnant. Meanwhile, top lane, we're seeing an attempt on Sasquatch's life. Both Bunions and Karan will go in. Pounce has been committed. He's got 2 Lotuses to heal with. We'll turn on Bunions. Bunions is dead, but it will cost the life of Meepo. Back to mid lane. We're seeing Dark once again get into the Remnant, actually. Again, good Remnant from Wage, keeping himself alive. The Blade Mail has been used with Primal Beast. M-John will kill the Tombstone under tower. Scatterblast hits on 2, but not onto the Void Spirit. Therefore, he's dead on Snapfire. 2 for 1 across the map, and I believe the action's now over. Wade has been on point this game with the Remnants. Just very well timed so far this game.
Yeah. Void Spirit Beast.
Well, bottom lane, Confused is just in. Chronosphere committed. Meepo rotates in. Bunions backs up his offlaner. Bash will be there. Power Shot committed. Confused is still in a lot of danger, and he's now dead. Math has the ulti active. He's ready to go and hit the Keeper of the Light, but the blind does not help with that one. Step forward by Void Spirit to keep beat in. M-John's stunned into a dark follow-up. They're going to go for the Void Spirit kill. Void Spirit's rooted right now, and they'll bring him down. Double kill for Sasquatch. Karan arrives to the fight, going in for Polo. Polo has time walk, heal up a little bit HD HP. Karan will have to use the ult. He's taking a lot of damage right now, healing up to half with the Shadow Dance. Onslaught forward by Dark, going in for Bunions. He'll give his life for the cause. Problem is Radiant are trying to secure these kills still. Time walk forward, looking for Karan. Karan's still alive. The Illuminates will not bring down Karan, and the Shackle Shot's there on 2 of the Meepos. Polo TP's away, but Sasquatch almost certainly will die here, and he'll die to the Power Shot of Confused. Now they want more kills. They want M-John. They want the Snapfire. Don't think they'll get it, barring a perfect power shot from Confused, and it will not be perfect. Good dodge there, good sidestep by M-John. She's more and more just walking in a straight line, but still, he is alive.
Yeah. Good fight. I think overall it's good for Dire. Getting the Sasquatch kill, especially at the end sealed it.
Well, Bunions is dead. Dark has once again respawned into the fight. Math wants a kill on M-John. I do not believe he gets it. It'll be close, though. Onslaught has been used onto Math Magician, and it'll get brought on down. Meanwhile, top lane, wait a minute! Wage! It's a solo kill on Polo. Big play there with that Echo Saber. That's a big kill to get there for the Void Spirit, and a very bad death for Polo.
Yeah. Interesting. He only took 600 damage. I think he was just farming kind of low. 12. Can you go backwards, or can you only do that in Dota TV?
You can only do that with Dota TV. I mean, look at I'm trying to look at the death summary, but it's oh, there it is. That's very little damage taken. You're right. Had to have been some neutrals there or something.
Sasquatch is pretty rich actually. When he hits level 11, they might try to do something more aggressive, or they might just try to farm around him.
We see
Yeah, it's
aggressive action
Atos.
right now in this Radiant jungle. They already brought down Coddle, and they're getting away with murder apparently because there's no Chronosphere right now. Well, smoke used. Smoke is instantly broken. Pounced away by Karan, not the target that Dark and Mjon wanted, surely. I think Dire saw that smoke anyways, so it didn't really matter. Oh no, not again. Wage looks for a kill on Polo. Step forward. Time Walk has already been used. He'll use a little bit of a Lotus, but with that shackle into the power shot, it's one more death for Polo. He is firmly into the offlaner net worth area, bordering on 4 support net worth at this point.
Yeah, it's pretty tough, but I mean, he's pretty much just gonna stun people, and then like eventually he'll have Maelstrom BKB, and he'll be able to kill people in Chronos. It's unfortunate, but this is like kind of the life of being a carry with the 3 meepo sometimes.
Well, Dark has stepped into a smoke gank, and he'll lose his life to it. Bunyan secures the kill via the Mystic Flare. I'm sure Wage wanted that one, but the kill's a kill.
Yeah, I mean it's hard to control damage with the Ancient Steel Veil and what's called Mystic Flare. Bunyan's build overall is just really weird, I feel like.
Atos on Math, Chrono onto Wage, the primary target, but he's still half HP. Mjon moves Yalti all around. Sasquatch will commit, killing Math. Now he's low on 2 different meepos. Confused will secure that kill. Correction, Karan secures the kill. And now head to Polo. Polo's low on HP. He'll time walk away. Bunions has low mana right now, but going to Mjon anyways. Mjon to fall. Jakku on the run. It's already 3 kills if you count the Dark kill from earlier. 2 kills in this most recent part of the engagement. And again, this is going to be a mid-T1 tower unless Dark can defend it. He has all his spells, and Wade is only about half HP right now. There we go. Pulverize committed, Onslaught available. They'll bring down Wade. That Invis Room paying off big time. And now Karan has to pounce away. Blade Mail committed by the Primal Beast. Polo has a time dilation on Confused. That's 4 stacks of the debuff, but Confused is still quite fast somehow to get away from that one. Now Karan, once again, will Shadow Walk right back in there. He has all that fully regen HP to turn out the Dark. The Dark is quite tanky. He'll onslaught away and get away. And again, we're going to see this mid-T1 tower be the point of contesting. But instead, on the east side, Sasquatch will go in for the Keeper, or the Skywrath Mage. He'll bring down Bunny, so the Shackle again from Confused. Result of death on Sasquatch. Pulverize use on Confused, but Confused is still half HP. Polo once again arrives. Karan will have a lot of debuffs from that time dilation, but he's once again in the trees, away from the Radiant side of Vision. Dark is the primary target of the Dire right now, but he's still quite tanky. Math tries to go in and decay, but he's not going to kill a PV by himself. Karan is looking to slark on around and go for somebody, but our fight at long last is over, unless waitingly going on mid lane. Dark will go with the onslaught for the Void Spirit. Void Spirit's half HP, pops a double damage rune, and he'll assimilate to the creep blade in the mid lane. And he'll now walk away.
Yeah.
We're not done yet, are we? We're still not done yet. Because Wage has 2 steps ready to go, and Sark's on the back lines once again going for Mjon. This tower is still there. Pounce away committed. Wage has a step. He goes for the tower. Nicholas Saber now steps in for Jakku. Jakku's life is most certainly forfeited now. Mjon is in danger. Mjon is currently... Yeah, there he is. There's a Slark. Pouncing on forward. Mjon dies. That's a 9 stack of permanent agi for Karan.
Yeah. Eclipses the 10,000 gold mark also. Before the 20-minute mark. That's generally the mark of it. Like, you're having a good game. Yeah, I mean, honestly, this game is kind of rough for Radiant. I think Sasquatch died a few too many times. And, yeah, wasn't able to finish his Ags despite having, like, this really early start and giving away these kill bounties to the Dire Chorus. I mean, means he fell behind a little bit.
Well, it seems like Wage wants to do something with Sasquatch, but Sasquatch has 3 Meepos and an Atos ready to go. Wage will use to simulate Atos committed into 1 net, into a 2nd net, into a 3rd net, but where is the damage? It's still not there. Wage steps away, uses both steps. Jakku could not lock him down because he has no stuns. Now Wage will simply walk away. Sasquatch wants something. Atos It's just enough cooldown right now. It's a little bit too late. Meanwhile, Dark will go in for Mathematical Edition. He'll now step away. Sasquatch still wants to go in for this Voice Spirit, but instead he'll rendezvous with the Solar Bind, going in for the Undying. Not the kill he wanted, maybe not even the kill he's getting right now. Jackal's there on Meepo. Mjon will cookie forward. Tombstone's on the floor. Mjon's in danger. Chrono is available, but he can't find a target. Sasquatch is dead on Meepo. Polo is already dead as well in the face of his Void. There's 3 down. Coddle will TP away, and Dark will onslaught away. What a disastrous fight, and Dark might not be safe right now. Dark is spotted. Karan is very fast, but not quite fast enough, it appears. It's still 3-0, though. Big win once again for Karantanamo Bay.
Yeah, this game got really, really tough to play for them really quickly. Yeah, I mean, these fights, they're always like a little bit just Radiant overcommitting, but also it's just like really hard for them to get kills. We saw it at the very beginning of the fight, like when Sasquatch went on Wage here, where he was able to get like a full Meepo combo off pretty much on him, and he still was like just barely under half health on Void Spirit at the end of it. That's because they ended up beating like a few too many deaths away, they're like missing their timing. So normally when Meepo would like get level 11 and he'd get the Atos, the Void Spirit would just like die if the Meepo catches him out alone. But just not anymore because they missed their like window.
That's certainly not ideal. Meepo perhaps might even die again, or maybe they'll be faces Void. Wage steps in for the Void. Mystic Flare committed, and Bunyan secures the kill on Polo. Seems like Bunyans will die for that one. He'll attempt the neutral creep deny, and he will not succeed at it. But again, still a fantastic trade. Meanwhile, in the Radiant jungle, we're seeing multiple sort of fights break out there. Confused will focus fire down Mjon as Dark will get shackled again. Using that 1v1 with Math, he did not kill the Undying. Will turn to Windrunner instead with the Pulverize. And now Confused will run away. Onslaught forward by Dark. Confused a little bit too fast. Wage steps in, looking for the Coddle. Jakku has been remnanted and brought down, and now Dark is in a bit of an isolated situation, fighting a 1v3 against Undying, Void Spirit, and the Windrunner. Dark has Onslaught in 1. He'll try to get away with that one. Remnant is perfect from Wage! Shackle does not lash, however. Dark seems to accept his death. He wants to bring down Confused with him, but he will not do that. He'll simply die. That's 3 deaths across the map, only for a Skywrath Mage. And we're not even done yet, because mid lane we're not going to attempt on Mjon. Good Force Staff will get away from the Astral Remnant, but it will not stop the bleeding. Again, another 3-for-1. Another rout in favor of Karantanamo Bay.
Yeah. At the top lane, I saw Karan was fighting Sasquatch. He almost killed him, but popped the Mega Meepo and ran away. Sasquatch had 21 stacks.
A lot of stacks.
Yeah, I mean, now this Dire Draft is just really coming together. Radiant's next like window for like being really strong is when the Void has items, but that is like so far away at this point. Because now they like can't really play. There's if like, well, I mean they can play. It's just relying on Dire messing up.
That's never a fun time when your win condition is suddenly the enemy failing at their win condition by just making mistakes. And there are some teams who are very comfortable playing from behind in the lads context, but in general, most teams do not want to play from this position.
Yeah. I'm just not sure. Like, I think you never want to like put yourself in these situations. Like, even the teams that are good at playing from behind you, you'd ideally just want to avoid these situations, even like through the draft, because like right now they don't have an easy way to just like kill a hero right now. They don't. I guess that like the best option would be like Chronosphere into Snapbolt, which is like something, but it's like these Dire heroes are so tanky.
Or Jakku. You mentioned that the Dire heroes are tanky. The Radiant ones are not tanky because Wage's soul kills Jakku right in the face of Sasquatch. And bottom lane's another kill, perhaps or perhaps not. Confused is in danger instead. He'll turn. Karan arrives. Confused is kept alive, and Polo is shackled. It's a disaster. This game is. I mean, we've mentioned probably about 5 times now that it's looking difficult, but it's just it's accurate. It's difficult for the Radiant right now. It just is.
While we were watching Wage in the jungle there, they actually did try to go with the Chronosphere to Snapple on the Wind Ranger, and it wasn't enough because this guy's a universal hero, so he just has like 6 strength items. So, but he's like 2,400 health. And let's see when his 2,100 health. No, yeah, it is 2400 with the van brace. 2300.
That's a
So
lot
he,
of
he just doesn't
HP.
die from full health. Yeah, I mean, Wind Ranger, you wouldn't expect it.
Yeah,
You kind of
since
have to start doing it. It's been long enough at this point that University rest of the game, you got to realize that these guys are built different.
sometimes you're just a universal soldier and you just don't die because you just have everything. You have HP, you have armor, you have magic resistance, you just don't die. So that's what's being gone on by some Irath Mage and Void Spirit, but instead it will be Radiant turning onto the Skyrath Mage, Bunyan's falls. The more important kill, Wage will not become a kill, as meanwhile top
Dark?
lane, Dark's being gone in by Confused and Karan. It seems like PB is dead, he's entirely out of mana. He slots the Clarity in from his backpack, but it will not stop his death. That's a 1-for-1 across the map, I suppose, but certainly a win for the dire side. Wage will step in for Jakku. Jakku should be dead, and he is dead. And he'll go for one more kill. He wants Sasquatch. Sasquatch will poof away. The Gleipnir was not there in time. Mjon, meanwhile, will get gone on by Karan. The pounce misses, however, and Diffusal was on cooldown. Therefore, Mjon simply walks away.
Yeah. Slark hits for too much damage right now. This fight is like impossible. They're gonna go Roche, which I guess is the smart move to do.
That's one of those things where, again, if you don't know what to do sometimes, just go Roche. It's almost always the right play.
Yeah. The kills are like pretty close to it. Yeah. As close as you can expect. So.
Well, surprise, surprise, 2 lives for Slark, and there's a very good chance he will end this game without dying. He's currently 10-0 and 6, and with 2 lives, an Aghanim Scepter and Aghanim Shard, it's going to be hard to die.
He's doing something kind of psycho right now, but I guess I mean you're not really that scared of anything, especially with Aegis. You can't like die twice because they only have long cooldown stuns on Radiant. One of the problems with having Meepo, I guess, because like ideally, if the like game goes properly, then eventually you'll like have a hex and you'll have some other items, or like the Meepo will just be so strong that you like even with like a shittier stun like the Primal Beast, you can kill heroes. And oh,
Well, this
Wage,
could
but
be
it's
the
kind of hard
all-in
for
smoke
Wage.
gank. They go for Wage, but Wage is going in instead! Chrono will
Oh,
get dodged by Wage! He'll walk into it anyways, but it's perhaps too little, too late. Jakku's already dead. Sasquatch is being gone on. Gleipnir gets coddled by his back. Mjon has the ulti, but his team is dying. Polo down, Dark dropping, Sasquatch dropping. Everybody's low on HP. And at this point, the GG call can't be too far away. Good TP away by Sasquatch, but Pounce will be there to bring down Mjon. That's a 4 for 0, perhaps a 5 for 0 if Jakku dies. The Remnant misses from Wage, a rare miss, but it seems not to matter. Jakku will dodge the shackle shot as well, but it will not save his life. That is a dieback on Coddle, a 5 for 0 absolute drubbing by Karantanamo Bay, and though we're headed high ground, it's time for buildings to crumble.
yep. Slark's got 275 damage again. All the cores actually do on Dire.
That's a
So
problem. When all the cores have that much damage and Radiant do not have HP, that's a big problem. Well, here we go again. Meepo goes on in for Confused. Dark will get silenced. Dark is low on HP, has a stick, but he cannot get it off in time. Wage brings him down. Now Polo. Time walks away. Karan will dive tier 4 towers. Sasquatch. Man fights with Wage. Wage stands his ground. Meepo becomes a Mega Meepo, and he's now Omega dead. Time walk away, but it matters not, because Dark has called the GG. Game 1 will go to Karantanamo Bay.
Ron did it 1209. His like lane didn't even go very well. Like at the start, Vath died a couple times and like made it kind of hard. And they had that nice like situation where they set it up so that they're just staticking the wave away from this arc. But I mean, they just like at a certain point, the game just got impossible. Like they just got a couple kills in a row on Kron Hanmo Bay, and the game ended. Um,
So is this
I
skill
think
issue, draft issue, play issue? What's the issue
it
here?
was.
Logical.
I mean, it's always skill issue, but I don't think they made it easy for themselves with the draft. I mean, I think this gotcha 18 pick Meepo is pretty good, but I mean, I don't know. Like, unless Sasquatch was like giga confident in himself to carry the game straight up with this Meepo game, then I think it was just pretty hard to play. They probably should have just left Snapfire in the mid lane, honestly, because like with the setup they have, it was just hard for them to do anything after a certain while. Like they were just resigned to farming in their lanes and hoping that Sasquatch carry. Because like it's hard for the primal to actually like do anything with people.
What can you do?
Yep.
I mean, if you're a lonely stoner, it's certainly not fun to lose. And again, that was certainly not at a certain point, it's certainly not a fun game to lose. Especially once you're down, 10k relatively at like 25 or so, then it's looking rough. But perhaps game two we will see a different game. Cause yeah, it was a competitive game for a lot of the game, but it just snowballed out of control once Dire got their ball rolling. So yeah, any final words before I cut to a break, Logical?
I don't. They probably got game too. It should be closer.
Hopefully. But my name's Badger. I'm joined by Logical, and we'll see you guys soon for game two of Karantanamo Bay versus the Lonely Stoner. Greetings and salutations once again, Dota fans. We are back for game number 2 of Karantanamo Bay, taking on the Lonely Stoner. My name's Badger, once again joined by, back from Riyadh, Logical Dota. And Logical, you excited for game number 2?
Yeah, I like that the ban Undying. I think that well, I mean, I don't even know, to be honest. Undying probably wasn't even a problem. I think they probably went well. Or like I think their lane kind of went well at the start. They had all the fundamentals to crush the lane, but then they just like barely made a couple of mistakes. Didn't end up coming true. They're gonna have to 5-pick a hero right now though.
It's a coddle. It's a coddle. I hate to do this, but I just realize I'm extremely low on water. I'm sorry. I'll be right back, Logical.
That's fine. Alright, 5-pick Coddle is I don't know, I guess Jakku's gonna play it again. I'm not super sold on it. This year I was like kind of whatever. I think actually, probably what they're doing is Dark's gonna be 8-pick Storm. That would make some sense. Let's see, Wind Ranger. Yeah, it makes sense. They're just running it back. Also dissuades the Storm a little bit. Maybe Dark will be 8-pick Ember actually. I could see them running Sky back. I could see them picking a pause 5 hero here, but I'm not sure what exactly that would entail. They banned Disruptor last time technically, but I don't know if you want to pick Disruptor like that. Okay, Snap. Probably 4 Snap, I think. Oh, actually, this is like pretty annoying now. What hero are you even supposed to pick if you're Lonely Stone? Because if you pick Ember, for instance, then there's a good chance it's going to be Snap mid and Wind Ranger offlane. Like same with Storm actually. That's like worse if it's Storm because then your like lane isn't good and then you're going to get HOs by Wind Ranger after, which is annoying also. So let's see what they're up to. All right, they do just run the Storm, which I think is like fine because the combo is so good, but we'll have to see how the lane goes because the Snap lane can go pretty bad if you mess up. I don't think it should be bad. They should bet SF, I think, on Lonely Stoner. Or sorry, my boy. But I mean, these guys do play a lot of SF. Saw his band last game. Big runs. Best hero. They banned SF. That's tough. They should ban Faceless Void though, otherwise. I mean, I guess it's just like picking all your cores like that. It's kind of odd, but it just makes sense. I think. Face is always broken also in amateur leagues, since always. I have seen Bunions play Snap though, so like maybe it's just Snap 4 and they're gonna pick another mid laner. What would you ban though if you're Storm? Like a Puck? You could ban, I guess. It's fine ban. Man, Slark, don't want to run into that again. That's fair. Always been a fan of banning Slark. Alright, so they're gonna ban something, then 15 pick on Karantanamo Bay. I'm going to guess it is Disruptor, actually. That's gonna be my guess. Or like Silencer. One of those two. Like some 5 hero that's good against what they see. Because they don't like have the laners. There's like no Veno, no Undying.
That's a Storm Spirit.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've already commented on the Storm Spirit, but it is indeed a Storm Spirit.
I predicted a little bit. I gave him like a couple options.
Yes, it is. You're mentioning it game one as well and ended up being banned, but not this time. Not this time.
Yeah, I think last time I was saying it was a bad ban, but I mean this time just the 8 pick with Coddle makes a lot of sense. It might have like a rough game though, especially if it's Snapfire mid. But I don't know, shit, we'll see. Alright, what are they picking? Disruptor? Silencer? They banned Spirit Breaker.
Surely this is a disruptor game. I would put $1.45 on it being disruptor.
Alright, I'll take you up for it. You know, 2-1 odds. If it is Disruptor, you can have 145. And if it isn't, I'll just take $1.
That's not 2-1 odds.
That's I mean that's good for you. That is basically 2-1.
If it was 2-1, you'd pay me 72 cents.
Yeah, but that's obnoxious.
You want to send me 2 quarters, 2 dimes, and 2 pennies in the mail? Pay more than that on the postage.
Exactly. It is
Oh,
Disruptor.
there we go. uh,
Alright. I mean, yeah, it makes sense to bend it before. It's good against Storm. It's kind of hard to play though. Like the, I mean, last time I don't really. No offense to Matt, I don't think he played very well in the lane. I think he played fine outside of that in the game, but he's gonna struggle even more in the lane most likely now.
Sometimes you just get a play on the comfort hero, especially if you're one of these lower MR5 support players. You lock in
Is
the
this a comfort
comfort.
hero? I'm unfamiliar with it. I haven't watched many other games.
Surely it has to be, right? I mean, they first phase banned it. There's
Okay.
no way it's not.
I think they might have just like first phase banned it. Just like not like for fun, but like, let's take a peek. Karantanamo drafts. No, they like never picked it.
Really?
Oh yeah, they 6-7 it won. They 6-7 Nick's Dark Seer or Nick's Disruptor. That is a devious 6-7.
Right,
And then
there are less disruptor games than I would have guessed, but what can you do?
there like aren't that many. But yeah, okay. I mean, I say they do pick it from time to time, so I'll I'll give you that.
It just feels like a hero they would pick for him, you know? It's just got that factor. Like, yeah, you lock that one in, you just pick it for him.
I'll take your word for it.
You press glimpse, you press the ulti. It's a hero. Alright, we have a lot of reserve time. Apparently, Lonely Stoner not prepared for the hero they had first banned game one. They are deliberating their 16-17 very heavily, saying, you know what, we need some ups, we need some cores. What do we need exactly to deal with this still very flexible dire draft concept where we know it's support disruptor, could be core windrunner in any of the 3 core roles, could even be sup windrunner, could be core snap, could be sub snap. We've got no idea yet.
Tusk. That's
Interesting.
cool.
Got the M John arrow?
I don't know who's playing it, but I'm pretty sure it's support. So yeah, it just plays with the Star Sphere pretty nicely. You can punch a Windrunner while she's windrunning. Ooh, Tusk Visage.
Okay. That's a nasty lane if that ends up being the lane.
Yeah, true. That can feed off the Disruptor. Oh yeah, Tusk versus Disruptor, you dodge Glimpse. Alright, okay, I see it. I see the line. Yeah, I mean this lane is like designed to feed off the Disruptor. They have like plenty of good picks in Crown Hanma Bay though. They can like this is like a truly devious Faceless Void game. This is the Faceless Void game on 18 right now. And you also there's like Monkey, there's Anti Mage if you want to lose.
Yeah, I don't care how good AM is. Just don't pick AM ever. just don't pick it. It's not a game winning. There's like one player in the league who plays Damage Major wins, and he's not in this lobby right now.
That's off.
Yeah, maybe Perfin as well. Perfin also plays a good bit of Anti-Mage.
I haven't seen him win on Anti Mage, but I don't really know. I haven't seen him in any of his games, so
Maybe he loses with it. Like, I know he picks it, and if he's not winning with it, then we know what he's doing with it. So what can you
it's
do?
they should pick Faces Void here, but I don't know if they will. I guess they like might want to mix things up or something. But like I've seen Kron play Void, Giga Free Faces Void game, good against the Radiant heroes, good with the Dire heroes. Hero is just really strong in general. But yeah, I mean the good Visage lanes are Monkey and okay, there's it.
All right, Radiant winning game 2. Thank you for watching. As always, make sure to contact me on Twitter. Just no, I'm joking. Well, I'm kidding. But this AM pick you mentioned is good, but I don't care that it's good. It's bad.
Yeah, it's not that good even, to be honest. But like, I mean, yeah, I see it. He like plays really well. Then good against Storm, of course. Good against decent against Coddle, I'd say. Good against Visage and Lane. You bounce back the Soul Assumption, which is like the whole point of that hero. It actually, I mean, the like it gets really bad once you hit level 6, but until then, it's really good for AM. And even versus Tusk, actually, if you like, if the Tusk snowballs you and then you what's it called, you counterspell it, then you like snowball back at the Tusk, and you can actually cast spells while you're using a snowball, so you can like blink out of the snowball, so you get like gives you a free blink.
I have strategy though. I have a key stratagem to go for if you are Sasquatch, and we're assuming Mjon, but it could be Jakku surely. And that would be just don't go on any image. Just don't. Just don't interact with him with spells. Just hit him, go on Disruptor, kill that guy instead.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's like hard to kill the AM, but if you just like build a lot of stats, like especially Visage, I see he's gonna go one branch, branch, branch. You just like deny his creeps or hit him.
Yeah, if Disruptor ends up either dying and chain feeding to the point that he can't TP, or he gets so scared of dying that he's not interacting in the lane, then you can just play the CS game. And AM walks up, just double deny, and then you just hit him, and you can very easily ruin his game because he is anti-mage, and Radiant have heroes with better stat game because they're not in.
Good Naga, man. This would have been a really good Naga game for Radiant. That's Sven. Yeah, I guess Sven's pretty good with Visage. Most of the time you see that with like Wisp and stuff, though.
Because you ban out both sides of the Sven Wisp pairing. Why not?
True. They will pick. Oh, too late. Respect. All right, they're all in.
These are great lads here. I don't know how good this hero is in like actually good Dota, like Pro Dota, but in lads, Bristleback has to have like a 7% lifetime win rate. This hero is so good in lads.
It was winning a lot. Like in Riyadh, I think they picked it twice and it won both games, but it was like very specific situations. I don't really know how I feel about this situation, but I mean, okay, so their like plan is pretty obvious. They're gonna run around. The Storm's gonna catch people, and they're gonna have like two giga tanky cores that just like run down lanes or really good blowing together, right? So the anti-mage is gonna try to cut waves, and these raiding heroes are going to try to end the game before the AM gets really big.
And what does AM need this game? Is it like a 3-item game? Is it a 4-item game? How much does he need to truly just become anti-mage and unleash the power?
Well, he needs like 4.5 items, I'd say, but he can like do stuff at like he can do stuff like the entire game pretty much if the situation arises for. Because he has good mana void targets, obviously. Storm, look at that, Coddle even. But like, yeah, when he has Battle Fury, Manta, I don't even know what else he'd want in this game. Probably like might actually be a Scotty game. Okay, probably he should just go Battle Fury, Manta, Abyssal, and then he's like pretty good. And then afterwards he buys a Butterfly, probably his move, I guess. And like at that point, he is like you can't deal with him.
That's
But
a classic AM build. Very high quality classic AM build.
yeah, all the items just make sense. Maybe even you could go like a bash for butterfly or something. But the butterfly I think is pretty nice because all these radiant cores need to click you to do damage, or they just do a lot of physical damage.
You know what? I'm ready. I'm ready to be wrong twice. I'm once again predicting the Lonely Stoner to win. Are you with me or are you against me?
Uh, well, I don't want to say dire because last night I predicted dire and they'd won. So
You right twice in a row then if you want, so we could be 1-1.
yeah, I'll go radiant. I'll go radiant.
Nice.
They're gonna win also.
We
Mjon
are.
Visage. I forgot to see who's playing what.
It was Sasquatch, Coddle, Mjon. I think it's Mjon Tusk, Jakku.
Cat.
It was Mjon Visage, Jakku, Tusk. Okay.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Interesting. And Dire is exactly as expected. No surprises there. Though the mid tiny is certainly interesting. Not something you see all that much in the last couple little bit, but certainly a hero that Wage can play quite well. If you are just joining us, welcome to game number 2 of the Lonely Stoner on the Radiant side. He lost game number 1, taking on Karantanamo, who won game 1 on the Dire side. Radiant already smoked up as 5, looking to start off well on this second and final game of the group stage BO2 in season 13 of League of Legends. My name is Badger. I am joined by the one, the only social media expert, Logical Dota 2, and hopefully we got some fun action on our hands.
Yeah, I mean this tiny pick is pretty good actually. We kind of just like glazed over it, but it makes sense. It's really good against Storm in the mid lane, I'd say. And they did kind of like need a go-winner stun type hero on Dire, so it makes sense overall. Radiant going for this try hard little smoke level 1, put a ward down, sit in the hill.
They see the tiny. They do not see the other heroes, but they see the tiny. I think Karan may have seen Coddle there. At this point, though, Sasquatch
This
Jakku
is like,
will go
yeah,
for
this
his
is
Wage. Wage
oh
is certainly going to die here, it appears. Yeah, Soul Assumption on the way. Good shards there from Jakku, just for fun. Wage is dead. First blood goes to the Tusk. At this point, again, it's a one trade. Bit of damage taken on a couple of the Radiant side heroes, but killing Tiny is good.
yep.
And he actually lost a little bit of gold there, too, because he was saving for Bottle, so he actually lost some money.
Yeah. Everyone lost, like they lost a lot of money on Dire. I think they had to use TPs also. You can see Piranha's bottom 2 net worth right now. He's TP scroll.
What can you do? AM Nightmare, bottom 2 net worth.
Okay, so they have like a very small window to actually like punish people on this top lane on the side of Radiant, because AM will not have counterspell probably until level 2, maybe even until level 3. And so yeah, this is like the rare opportunity where you can actually press Soul Assumption on the anti-mage. So they should try to play aggressive. Jakku like tried really hard to get Ice Shards level 1, which was probably a correct decision. But honestly, like, even in the tag team could have been easy. Oh, nice.
He's inside the shard. He's not going to die because of Blink, but again... Oh, Soul Assumption there! He's not going to die still. That's a lot of damage, though. Only problem is, check M. John's mana. He doesn't have any.
That's what happens on Visage. I think, like, First Blood, which, I mean, of course already happened, but First Blood ends up being a point of contention in a lot of Visage lanes. Because if you're able to, like, get a First Blood on a Visage, if you have aggressive heroes, then normally you can just, like, ride out the lane until level 3, and then you have raindrops, and the Visage just nothing to you, and then you just chill until level 6 where you're, like, higher net worth and you leave the lane. But if the Visage gets First Blood, then what happens is the Visage buys 3 mangoes, and he continues spamming W on you, sometimes even with a Sage's Mask. And, yeah, so neither of those things happen in this game, but you can kind of, like, see the point right now where he ran out of mana on Visage. He started with less mangoes also than I think most people do on Visage. He started with this, like, well, I mean, no, kind of. Most people start with 1 triple branch, but he started with this, like, stick triple branch mango start. And most of the time, I think people buy 3 mangoes if you do that. But...
oh, Jakku's going in top lane. Ron's inside the shards. Math no longer is, and no committal quite yet. Counterspell not there from Karan, perhaps holding it for something else. Instead, Snowball will be there onto Math. Math will certainly end up dying here. 2 words will do the job, and actually, never mind. I was wrong. I thought they'd kill him with the Orb of Venom on Tusk, and they did not. Actually, why did he not die there? Shouldn't he be dead?
I didn't quite pay full attention to if he could have died. I don't think he should. I don't think he could have died. It would have been really close, anyways. And this is still good from Radiant. He's just like keeping these guys low. They're out of regen, and they're just like denying creeps. They're doing well.
I mean, he had a pretty decent start really early on in AM, but that's somewhat decent early start is mostly slowed down. He's 10-4. And at this point,
he's not doing terrible. He's doing pretty fine. He just has to play pretty defensively. Sure, I mean, I guess it makes sense. The Visage is gonna curse to level 6 though, and then he's gonna push the AM up.
Hold all
he's
bottom
gonna have to
lane.
play.
Never mind, he's fine.
Ah, okay.
Jakku is just here to man fight. He says, "You know what? I am Tusk. I will hit you. I don't care if I die. I'm here to hit you." And we are paused. John has paused.
He just DC'd the game paused.
Yeah, that's
Haven't
true.
looked at this mid lane much. Which has been a little boring, but he's getting out CS'd on Dark by the Tiny.
I feel like being down by 2 last hits is pretty good for Dark in this lane, right, though? Because surely Tiny adds a bunch more damage.
Yeah, I mean, kinda, but Static Remnant now damages the denies by a lot, so it's like a relatively even, but I mean, Tiny is pretty good. Like especially once you start getting level 4, level 5. I've even seen like Storms die in this lane, just because Storm likes to play like pretty close range to the creeps, and if you're too close, then Tiny's gonna combo you.
Seems like Jakku is going to prioritize keeping this cut wave going the direction he wants it. So Am will not get fully dove. He'll look towards the keeping the wave around here. And again, if Radiant can keep the lane right there, then it is not a good spot for AM. But these creeps are dying a little bit too fast. New Radiant, we just don't let our Radiant wave come. It's gonna push even further. Actually, AM is not going to be happy with that.
But he's pushing now. Chiku's gonna have to do something about this pull. He's not gonna do anything, but it is just a single pull, so it's not too big of a deal.
He certainly leech to XP, even go for some last hits potentially, or instead he'll say, you know what, I'll make the selfless move. If Disruptor wants to hit some creeps, I will go in for Anti-Mage. He's just going into him right now. Says, you know what, I don't care about mana, I'll hit you. I'll snowball you, I'm here to ruin your day. He's ruining his day right now. Over to bottom lane, Cookie in by Bunions, looking for Polo. Bunions and Polo both are injured. Sasquatch hits, Confused hits, but neither hero can bring anyone down. Illuminate will be there, slightly missing on Bunions. Now Confused wants to punish Sasquatch for that one. Power Shot hits, and that'll be a kill. Now 1-1 on the scoreboard. What can you do sometimes? Sasquatch off by a matter of inches there.
Yeah. Oh, I think he's okay. Oh, damn, it was close. Okay. He probably could have killed the snap. But I mean, he's doing fine. Anyways, he's gonna get a quick Vanguard and Polo, so it's chilling.
He's very, very close to that bit booster. And once he's got that, then he just doesn't die. Might be a while until he dies again.
They do have Coddle Bristle. We haven't talked about this, but it's a classic combo.
Get that cooldown reduction with the Chakra Magic. Of course, Bristleback certainly is a mana starved hero as well, so it's a nice little combination to have there.
Yeah. Coddle. I don't have them. They haven't been too many stacks. I think now Sasquatch is gonna look for it. But.
Speaking of, that'll be a dead Mathematician at the hands of Tusk. Just running them on down with the helps of M-John. Karan is still in the lane, but again, despite him not dying, he's not CSing all that well. He's bottom last hit wise in terms of all the cores. Meanwhile, mid lane, Dark is going on in looking for the rune. Wage secures it. He'll ball in for Bunions. Then you know what? Maybe I'll die here on Storm, but I'll bring down somebody with me. Wage has no spells, but he does have a haste rune. He's going to perhaps try to ball over towards Jakku. Wage is still in. Snowball will stun temporarily. And the shards are pretty fantastic. Problem is, look what Wage has. It's more spells. But again, Dark! The ball almost perfect. Glimpse will be there. Dark slow, but he's once again has a little bit more mana to play with. Wage wants to go in. He's out of spells, and I think one more hit. He'll look for it right here, right now. But Dark is not dead. He has 18 HP. At long last, Wage to secure the kill, but in comes M-John. He wants to punish the Tiny for this one. Problem is, Tiny has 900 HP and a 5-charge wand. Avalanche will be there on M-John. He'll get tossed towards Math Magician. M-John is slowed by the right clicks of Karan, and M-John will once again get Glimpse once again off a cooldown. That'll be a death. 2 Radiant deaths there, 1 on Dark, 1 on M-John. 2 cores are down, and well, it was a very awkward engagement. It's certainly a win there for Karantanamo Bay.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, I wasn't really watching this top lane too much now, but the Visage isn't 6. I'm surprised. I guess Anti-Mage isn't really doing that well either. It does have a Cornucopia. Yeah.
And sure. Oh, he glimpsed into the fountain! He glimpsed in the fountain! M-John's 6 will be delayed even further. You're mentioning the lack of 6, and that's going to have to wait a little bit longer.
That is tough. That is the disruptor meme. That's what that guy does. Hopefully, though, he won't have to deal with that later on in the game, which I guess you don't have to because you're not teleporting to towers. But there is the snowball save from Glimpse.
Mid lane, oh, that's a good shield rune for Dark. And Wage knows it's there, you just can't stop it. What can you do?
I mean, now honestly, I think it might already be time to try to like look at side lanes on Dark. I mean, I guess it's not really even that early. This is like killing the Wind Ranger is kind of hard, but you could try to kill a Snapfire. Like, I think that's probably Dark's best play. I mean, of course, I got Omni Vision, so I can see everything. But just like walking to this bottom lane, killing the Snapfire with your mana, and then getting Chakra Magic on Storm. That's pretty good rotation, I'd say.
Surely something's going to happen in this Radiant jungle. We have a flashpoint right over here in this little, I think it's a triple stack at the medium camp. Dark surely wants it. Dire surely don't want him getting it. But can they stop him? Funyuns has Scatterblast. I think it's 2 last hits from that one. But Dark will still get the lion's share of the money. But the XP was leached, so we're going to see Dark is slightly sad, though mostly happy with that one. Over the bottom lane, meanwhile, we're going to see an attempt on Polo's life. Problem is, he's got bristles on his back. He's dealing an immense amount of damage as Dark balls in for Bunions. Vortex committed. He'll get glimpsed away, but he'll dodge. Never mind, no, he won't dodge it. Instead, he's forced away. We can't dodge it? Okay, either way.
Yeah.
Bunyan survives. Dark is no longer in the engagement. Wage rotates in. Avalanche hits. Polo's dropping, but not quite dead. And they just can't kill him. The dive will eventually kill him, but he's going to die for that. I'm confused. It's a 2-for-1 so far. 2 dead in the dire sign. Wage is inside his allied kinetic field, walking away. The neutral centaur will stun Dark, but a vortex into a snowball will lock down Wage. He'll avalanche on 2. He'll toss up Dark, but Dark might just be a bit too tanky and a bit too strong. Mana Void is there, but Dark's still alive. He balls in for math. He's simply balling away. Somebody stop this man. I don't think they can. Glimpse will be there, bringing him back towards Karan. Karan brings him down. That's a 3-for-2 now. But look who's back in the fight. It's Polo, who once again has bristles on his back. So he'll stand his ground.
Yeah, okay, that was a pretty crazy fight, but in the end, it's good for Radiant. Yeah, I mean, it's 3-for-2 Radiant favor. I guess they did technically get the carry on Dire, but Radiant has like this Tricore thing going on, so don't necessarily like it's not like a carry on Bristle.
Speaking of their top lane carry, he killed that top tier 1 tower as well during the chaos, so again, they're utilizing all 3 of their cores as well as possible right now.
Yeah, seems pretty good. Honestly, I think that a lot of this fighting should be centered around the bottom lane. I think that one thing with like how strong these Radiant heroes are right now, I guess they want to be playing more aggressively, but like they can kind of like make sure that none of their towers ever die. I feel like just because they have like 3 really strong heroes. The Visage already took over top. It's kind of hard to like go and take this bottom tier 1 tower into the Bristleback. Also, like you can't just like walk into the Bristle. He's just gonna click you and press Quills. So I mean, I think Side Lonely Stoner has a really good map setup right now.
They can somehow dislodge the bristle from bottom, then they can start, moving around, grab that tower, get some map control. But Polo seems to be uninterested in leaving the lane. He's content with just staying here. And because he's not leaving, they can't kill him. They'll go instead on Mjon, perhaps. Wage, he's looking for rotation, but Mjon's 6th sense there gets away. I don't think he had vision on Tiny, but he simply walks away there.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think they are out farming them on the side of Corona 6 net worth right now. But like one move that they can do is they can try to like bring a lot of their heroes bottom. It's like giga high skill, but I think they could like have like probably the Tusk or someone like push out mid, and then the like 2 supports and Storm can go walk bottom to the Bristle that's there, and then the Visage can take the portal, and you can just like go and gang up on the Snapfire, and then just go and like rush and take the tower, and then go reset back to the way things were before. So you just like make a fast move, kill the Snap, kill the tower, and go back.
I'm looking over at Mr. Anti-Mage. He is one creep away from Battle Fury, but it's Battle Fury with no boots, so he does have 2 Wraith Bands. So he's beginning the countdown. It's countdown to Anti-Mage being online, but he is, again, still a good bit away. We saw one in the bottom fight, as you mentioned during the draft. AM can contribute with Mana Void, but again, he can only contribute under certain scenarios until he's got like Abyssal Blade, maybe Butterfly on top of that. So we are on the long road to AM being online, and Dire, recognizing that, will smoke up S3 using their 2 more online cores. Wage does not have a Blink Dagger, but he has an Echo Saber in hand and an Arcane Rune in bottle. Confused, has Mouse but no Gleipnir quite yet. They want to do that bottom T1 tower seed, but again, look at Polo. He's got bristles on his back. He might not die here. Oh, he's broken! He's actually broken. Wage will not get the Avalanche Toss combo off during the break, but he will still use it anyway. Snapfire ulti comes in from Bunions. Confused has the Ollie Apollo still surviving. They'll finally bring him down. Meridian have TP'd in everybody. Dark will bring down Snapfire. Snowball's there onto Math Condition. He's dead as well. They'll turn to Tiny. It's half AP. Avalanche toss up the toss, but in comes Dark. Ball in from medium range. Wage will juke in the trees, leading the Radiant away from his Windrunner. At this point, it's a 3-for-1. If Confused gets away, it will end up being a 3-for-1. But again, he's on a Radiant creep wave. He's not guaranteed to be alive right now. Dark lacks the mana chase, but again, look at we're Confused. Okay, he'll get away. It ends up being a 3-for-1, though. It's a win there for the Lonely Stoner.
Yeah, for sure. It's a nice play. I like how they did that. Like, the bristle ended up dying, but I mean, they like went and they ran across the map. They smoked on the bristle back, and then like it took them a while to kill this guy, and then they were able to just all come and rotate and get some revenge kills. I think that's the way that they do want to be playing this game. And I mean, like, honestly, your carry in this game is probably just going to be Dark. Like, his game is already good, and I mean, Storm does scale very well with items later on. So it's just like,
Speaking of Dark, he'll go on in, double damage rune activated, looking for Wade. It's mid laner on mid laner violence. Shackle does not latch ball in. Once again, looks for the Tiny. Karan has a Mana Void. He wants to use it on Dark naturally, but Dark is still standing his ground. He looks for Anti-Mage. Anti-Mage does not die, but Wage does. At the hand of Polo, Math tried to go in and cast spells, but instead all he's going to do is cast his Doom. He'll status storm before he dies, but it's to very little effect. It's 2 dead, both at the hands of Polo. Double kill for the Bristleback, and now it's a ball in by Dark, looking for Confused. Confused has used the Wind Run, but a Vortex will keep him in place. Jakku's on the rendezvous, looking to join his teammate. Dark ends up dying to Confused, but it's still a triple kill for Polo that will get parlayed into a mid T1 tower.
okay, I mean, Dark probably didn't have to die there, but it's still a good move overall. They're starting to play around the like mid lane, mid heroes, and side of Radiant.
Like, the tower's not dead. Oh, what can you do? I'm sure we'll get it later, right? Really?
Yeah, it's hard against Glimpse. You gotta leave kind of early against Glimpse. Look at these stacks, though.
Oh, those are big stacks.
Yeah. They're gonna farm them up now, finish this Aghanim Scepter. Polo's pretty strong.
Shared Tango and backpack.
Yeah, he got it shared by Sasquatch.
That's not getting used, is it? That's gonna expire.
It expires slower, I think, if it's in the backpack.
I have no idea. I think the actual timer is cut. Actually, bottling. More importantly, we're seeing a fight break out over there. Actually, never mind. It's hard to tell because in the backpack you can't see the number tick down properly. It's like cut off by the UI.
No, maybe it's not anymore. Actually, yeah. I think that used to be how it worked. Or if you backpacked it, it would go away in like was it, like 80 seconds to 40 seconds. Yeah, it does just tick out.
The Tango's gone. M-John is just going to try to run down Wage here. Snowball forward. Meanwhile, Shackle is there on the Keeper of the Light. It made it be a 1-for-1 trade on the outset. Ulti comes in from Bunions, looking to cause some chaos. Bottom. Meanwhile, Dark solo kills Karan middle lane. Glimpse on M-John. But his familiars are still chasing Napkin Edition. The TP cancel will not be there as he's distracted by the Windrunner going on him. M-John dies on Visage. Jakku will blink away on the Tusk. It ends up being a 2-for-2 across the map. I don't know how Dark solo killed Karan there, but that's a big outplay from Dark either way.
Yeah, I assume Karan just like blinked on a creep wave or something, or blinked on a cap, and then he just went on him. But yeah, I mean, that's a really big kill. especially because there's gonna be like a while coming up where anti-mage is just gonna be like bad against Storm. Because like once he gets BKB, it's gonna be like pretty hard for him to do anything. He could even just like solo kill him with his BKB. I guess he's already doing it, but things are gonna get pretty dangerous for Karan, and he is like not particularly farmed or close to his the timings that we're looking for at the start of the game.
I find this sort of like waltz between Anti-Mage and Storm one of the most fascinating things in history of Final Fantasy. Team Jakku getting gone on Cookie hits. Atos to follow certainly tosses in a lot of danger here. He'll snowball towards the neutral creep, looking to blink afterwards, but he can't. Oh, he does get it off. Thought Dire would cancel that blink, but didn't get it off in time in terms of any kind of damage. Glimpse is online, used on Jakku. Jakku is just alive still. Forced away by Sasquatch, walks away of his own accord. I do find the interaction between Storm and AMD fascinating, especially over the course of Dota S3. I mean, historically, you used to see Storm rush the Orchid to try to beat out the AM Manta timing. Now it's a little more fun thanks to Counterspell and all this other stuff, but Storm is just a fun hero to watch in this match, especially when Storm is outplaying the AM, so it's a fun time.
Yeah. I mean, some Storms have been going for Orchid recently, but I think that...
Speaking of Storm, long ball in. He's silenced by Mathematician into an Atos, into a focus fire, but he's forced away once again by Sasquatch. Dark continues to ball away, looking to dodge that Snapfire ulti damage. Power shot sidestepped again by the ball of lightning, so it's simply one kill on Disruptor. Nobody else dead, and Polo once again plays point bottom lane as his last T1 tower is almost certainly going to die.
Yeah. Oh, they're starting the ball now. Polo's 10k net. So, yeah. They had to be a little bit careful, though, because you don't want to just, like, keep ramming your head into towers where they get delayed.
Link punch by Jakku. He gives his life for the cause, but what is that cause? Dark balls in, looking for confused. He'll dodge, dabbling after the ball lightning. Once again, Dark breaks the ankle, so get glimpsed back, tossed up in the air, but the follow-up is enough. And Mana Void not even needed. And now at this point, Polo and M-John are still having a bit of a tussle with Bunions, but with Wage blinking in, it's time to run away. The avalanche was missed. It ends up being a 2-for-1 in favor of that of Karantanamo Bay, and a lot of the gold there ended up going to Wage of all people, who certainly loves gold.
Yeah, that glimpse I think did a lot of the heavy lifting. Did how much damage? Not that much actually, just 177. But yeah, it caught Dark. That's why this matchup is pretty annoying to play, because getting glimpsed into the static storm or just like getting glimpsed when you're trying to leave. Really annoying for Storm. It's not dodgeable anymore. So.
Does Mathematician know how dead he is? He's got no idea how dead he is.
How dead is he?
He's incredibly dead. There's a Tusk here, and there's these other heroes.
What if he just ults and then TPs?
I don't think he'll be able to get that off though before Snowball stuns. Because Jakku has vision on
Yeah.
Math. Math does not have it on Jakku. And
Yeah, I think what's gonna happen right now is Jakku is gonna tag team punch him. And then unless Jakku's like a real mastermind and then presses Snowball and doesn't launch it, then Math can just ult and TP. But if I assume what's gonna happen is Jakku is gonna tag team punch, and then he's gonna Snowball and then like instantly press it, and then Math is gonna drop ult and then TP.
we shall see. There's a good chance you're going to be exactly correct. And the one person who would be able to cancel that TP from a distance is dead for 5 seconds.
I think realistically what's gonna happen is Math's just gonna die, not press any of his spells. Which is like kind of warranted, to be honest, because this static storm is a big deal. Like you want to kill Storm Spirit with the static storm. So him just like tanking a death to not put the spell on cooldown for 90 seconds is completely reasonable and like maybe even the correct play. I just like don't like dying, so I would just click in TPR.
He doesn't know where. Like, we know where the familiars are. We know the familiars are not in range
That
to
is
cancel
true.
a TP.
Yeah.
He doesn't know that. So maybe
But I mean, it's hard for familiar to just cancel it into static storm.
If he's in the center of the static storm when he TPs, yeah. But if he's along the edge, then it's not too hard to get some kind of drop there. So we did see M-John. He's not been super on point with the familiar micro today. Math TP'd in the face of familiars earlier, and He's got away with it. So, oh, bunch there. Jakku. No snowball. He holds the snowball just in time for his teammates to arrive. Math will not TP. He will not pass go. He will not collect $200. There's no way he lives here, right? Meanwhile, we're seeing Visage go in for Snapfire. Correction, Snapfire go in for Visage apparently because he got punished for that one. Ends up being a 1-for-1. Interesting stuff has occurred here today.
Yeah. They got I mean, he was saving his ult on Disruptor for the Storm Spear, but now now Storm Spear has a BKB, so it's gonna be a little bit harder to ult him.
On the courier right now, it'll be here in about 20 more seconds. Wage may go for an attempt right now, but Snapfire not quite ready for that ulti. I think the Athos might be required, but with the BKB arriving, I don't think we're going to see a kill here. And again, Dark falls away to the southeast. That's a long ball away by Dark, right into the open arms of Sasquatch. It's like, hey, Sasquatch, where's my mana? It's on cooldown. What can you do?
Yeah. It's good just to grief his HP on Tiny. That's what Speed always says. I'm griefing this guy's HP. So yeah, just toss comboing him. I mean, getting the kill on the Storm is impossible when he has BKB. But even like before the BKB, for them to get the kill, they would have had to have like a pretty perfect toss combo into Atos.
Paul's going for a halberd. Do you like that?
No, not that much. I can like kind of see why against these like dire heroes, but I think AC would have been better. He's like limiting his scaling right now. He's top net. He can like, I don't know about carry this game, but he can like scale very well into this game. I think if he buys the right items, and I don't think Halberd will allow him to do that.
We've mentioned this idea of the Radiant Tricore. Maybe that's the idea. He's playing more of the utility-oriented build rather than the scaling build, relying on Dark and Mjon to scale. Whether it's correct, we'll have to see, but for now we'll see Roshan under attack. I'm not sure if Dire are fully aware. They are on the way, but they're on the way too late as Roshan is dead. He just will go to the Storm Spirit on Dark. Speaking of Dark, he'll ball in for Math. Will die once again for the 6th time this game. Bunions is going to TP away. Radiant must not have seen him at any points, because if they did, he'd be dead right now.
Got an Aegis. I bet your point with the Tricore though. I do kind of agree, but when you're playing some of these heroes that like don't necessarily scale as well, I think it is kind of your duty to try to like go a little bit greedier to help scale. And plus, like AC's of course an amazing item when you do have these like triple medium core lineups because it helps your other heroes scale better, also do more damage. Nice. I like how Dire's playing this though. Like Crown's just cutting waves. Their catch on Radiant is like surprisingly meh. They have Storm, which is nice, and like this like Tusk Blink is decent, but both of those like methods of catch are lacking versus anti-mage, too. It's like, yeah, so now Radiant's all bold together. I mean, they're able to get a 2-2 tower, which is nice, and the Tormentor, which was a good play by them, actually. They're gonna have to split up now, though, because not much for them to do. The bottom lane.
And despite them getting the T2 and the Tormentor, they're still not getting that much gold from it relative to Dire just hitting creeps. Dire just hit creeps in all 3 lanes in jungle and got about the same number of goals, Tormentor Shard plus tower.
He might need an Ags, honestly, on Storm. I think the Ags has kind of fallen out of favor. People like buying Hex now on Storm. Like after Kaiasange, pretty much, what Dark's doing right now. Kaiasan checks. But you might need an Ags now to catch AM. Because obviously you can't counterspell it.
Yeah, especially, again, with Vortex currently he can, but once the Ags comes out, then it will no longer be the option, so perhaps that is what will be required. Obviously Hex is not that easy to counterspell, but you know, not easy is different from literally impossible.
Yeah. Exactly.
Not quite sure what Wade's up to mid lane, but he is setting up for the boys to arrive. Arcane Rune activated. Punch comes in from Jakku. Static Storm will be there. Dark Well, now used to BKB, perhaps using me a little bit too late in this case, but he's still balling around, looking to juke out the ankles of Mathematician. He's balling, he's going. Karan will bring down one. Lightning on the south side, Confused will bring down Jakku back to the north side. Math remains alive. Dark is back in the fight. He's rooted, he's man avoided, but he still balls away towards Mathematician, but he'll lose his life. Karan blinked in and brought him down. Jackal hits on Polo. Radiant are collapsing. They've already lost 2. Wage whiff on the Avalanche, but at this point, Karan might just be out of control right now. Jackal somehow does not latch. Polo still only half HP right now. Wage will toss in the AM. AM has blink. Avalanche hits on Bristle. Bristle has tons of mana thanks to Coddle, however, and now he'll walk away. That ends up being a 2-for-1 plus the Aegis. Massive win there for Karantanamo Bay. Bring down both lines of the storm, plus the Tusk on top of that one. And AM's getting a lot of money because of these fights now.
Yeah, he's usurped the top net worth spot from the Russellback a little while ago. He's closing in on his time is finally. I mean, they're not pretty, but he's getting the job done. He's coming back into this game.
You see AM walking down Jakku top lane. Jakku turns with a punch, he'll blink forward, but again, AM is...
Yep. Oh, is he gonna blink out of it? No, he doesn't know.
He didn't blink there. Ball in, wait for Dark, he'll now ball in. Karan. Once again,
now is he gonna do it?
Snowball comes in. Dire are arriving. He's got the Glype here, blinking for Coddle. Coddle's simply dead. Karan is still fighting. He has blink once again available. He blinks away. Dark is entirely out of mana. Karan survives. What is going on?
Someone's gotta talk around this mechanic. But, I mean, it ends up working there. They get a Storm BKB, they get a call away. It was damn close, but, also that ends off.
Usually you don't use your spells properly and you die, but not in the case of Karan. He just gets a kill on Coddle anyways. Well, this seems like a game that's becoming rapidly harder for the Radiant as time goes on. They've got an AniMage problem. And it's not going to get any easier, literally ever, I don't think.
I mean, what if Dire starts really messing up, then eventually the Storm is gonna be able to like get a Hex, get an Ags, get 25, and the Bristle's also gonna get 25. He's gonna have some attack speed. He can like just beat the AM's ass. But I mean, at the current pace the game is going, unless Dire loses a bunch of fights in a row, I don't think that'll be the case.
Like I'm looking over at this this Dark item right now, and as it currently stands, he's more than a Hex away from Hex. He'll smoke up as 4, Correction as 5. He'll ball in for Mathematician. Math will die there. I believe Dire and yeah, they had an exact idea of that smoke with the Observer Ward, but only a kill on Disruptor. If they could parlay that one into a mid T2 tower, then we're talking, but look at the cutting. It'll once again be there. Wage, however, is spotted with the Radiant thanks to the Radiant Observer Ward. Wage will walk to south. Dark balls in, finds Tiny. BKB TP there in time, but not in time thanks to Jakku arriving. And now, with the punch up in the air, Wage has no way out but death. He'll attempt to do whatever he can before he dies, but that's only a moderate amount of damage. He is simply dead.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, this game, we're saying it's getting worse for Radiant, but it must be kind of frustrating for Dire to play, because it's like so hard for them to take fights. They have taken a couple good fights, but it's like it never it's impossible for them to initiate the good fights, which I think is not fun. I guess at the same time, you don't want to be stuck in a Radiant spot where you're forced to initiate all the fights to like progress the game positively. Well, Shadowblade TP out.
Interesting stuff, but it works out. I mean, there was not a cancel in range. The two heroes you want to cancel that one were both in the top area. That'd be the Tusk and the Storm.
Yeah, Bunyan's is scaling also. He went this like greedy build, which is okay because his team was a little bit AFK, and so he's been farming it up. 120 CS is going Silver Edge, playing for his 20 and 25. Silver Edge, I mean, it's decent against the Bristle. I think it's kind of fake against Visage. I don't really think Silver Edge does very much against Visage, but it's I think this build has ended up being fine.
We are just not seeing substantive building damage. Well, okay. I thought damage, but we are not seeing substantive building damage occur here. T2 towers are mostly still standing. I mean, Mid T2, half HP, top tier 2, almost full HP. So we're not making the progress you might want with these Bristle lineups. I mean, you see a lot of these like winning Bristleback games, and they'll be taking racks like minute 25 or even earlier sometimes, and it's minute 30. We haven't even stiffed racks yet.
I mean, Bristle does scale, but they're not really getting XP very rapidly on Radiant either. Like right now, Karan is the highest level, which I mean makes sense. AM just like shits XP. He farms, he gets so much XP. But yeah, I mean, I think that's the main thing right now is that Radiant for them to scale well, they need levels, especially on Storm and Bristle.
That's the hard part right now. We're in this sort of catch-22 where if you're getting the XP, then you're not in a position to get a proper push off. But if you're not getting a proper push off, then AM is just farming, and Tiny is farming, and Windrunner is farming, and they're going to out-farm you because they have any niche.
Yeah, it is a little bit tough. They need to. It like requires finesse. You need to like get kills while also scaling. Which I mean you can do because like normally the problem with Storm is if you like get a kill then you get kind of low mana and it's annoying to like farm at maximum efficiency. But with the Coddle it kind of helps you. So I think right now they're just kind of dodging pretty well on Dire. And I mean, it's like harder to play Radiance lineup like definitely.
It's one of those games where it's all eyes on Karan. It's in a lot of senses his game to lose, where if he simply plays extremely well, he's probably going to win this game for his team. But if he makes mistakes, he doesn't even make that many mistakes either. Like 1 or 2 mistakes might be enough to really throw the game here for AM.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they have to be pretty big mistakes, which I kind of don't expect Karan to make. But you can just like get baited into a fight and like lose a fight every once in a while. That happens to everyone.
You don't expect them, but I've seen a lot of Karan games. I expect a little bit of it happening. I mean, this season, Karan hasn't been doing that much throwing, but there have been a number of historical Karan throws in the past. It would not be the first one. It would not be the last one.
Yeah, that's fair. I think he's probably gotten better now. Though. I mean, to be fair, I haven't even seen Karan play that much recently. It's just like it's really hard for him to die.
Oh, Static Storm on 2. This will play there on Jakku. Jakku and Sasquatch are absolutely evaporated. And right outside the lair, Roshan, who just respawns.
I think it was longer time. Like, you think it was towards later end?
It definitely was, yeah. I mean, I think it was like 2 minutes 30 into 3-minute window, so quite long, yeah. Even longer than that, actually.
This game is kind of tough for Radiant now, though. I can't lie. They're gonna need some. Okay, well, they do have the Hex and Storm, so this is the.
Well, they're gonna get a Disruptor kill. That's something. That's a little bit of gold. Problem is they might die for it, because Missile Blade's there on Storm. Storm is forced to BKB just to not lose his mana, but if there's a bash, there's no back even attempted. He'll go on Mjon instead. Mjon will lose his life. The less valuable of the kill, but certainly the more guaranteed one secured there by Karantanamo Bay. Surprised, still bash through. And it's a really dumb question, but you can still bash through BKB, surely, right?
Yeah, you can. He just literally didn't try for it.
I was gonna say, why is he not trying for this? I'm like, yeah, there's something I don't know about Dota right now.
Yeah, I guess he thought maybe the Visage would escape and blink on him immediately. But yeah, I agree. I think he could have tried for it. Because the Storm would have been extremely toast if he didn't get the bash.
Well, they found Isolated Wage on the south side towards the Tri-Camp, but he's hasted and BKB'd and has a cheese. He'll walk in and walk away back towards Karan. Karan is solar bound. Gleipnir will be there on Coddle. Focus fire to follow. Confused will dive the T2 tower. Jakku at Snowball there on Tusk. Orchid there on to Win Runner. She's still alive, however. Avalanche keeps Polo away, but Polo once again has bristles on his back. He wants to run down Confused, and the Snowball will secure that last hit. It's one dead, that being the Confused Windrunner, and the remainder of the team will get away.
Yeah. Nice kiting by Sasquatch. He's got Glimmer Force, so these kills are not free for Confused right now. His build is kind of goofy also, it's not very good, but let it slide. I guess you kind of need MKV versus this Heaven's Alvord. That's pretty fake though.
It's one of those things where MKB is just I mean, I guess if any hero is good on, it's probably the Windrunner, but This is not an item. This is not really an item.
Which one?
MKB. No, nobody. I don't ever buy MKB anymore.
It's like not bad, honestly. I think it's sometimes like I don't really think there's a change, but just like the way that the game is right now. But I mean, Butterfly is like a really good item. So because of that, MKB ends up being good. But yeah, I don't know. It's like it's nice specifically on Windrunner. But I think a Silver Edge or a Nullifier would have been a lot better. People just like need Nullifier kind of pretty often.
It's a very good item in general for kiting around the opponents. We saw in that last engagement, Confused was struggling with the whole kiting around the opponents thing. He was getting kited around instead. Well, we have a ward setting up. You actually saw Mjon there, but Karan did not want to blink in for that one. There was no glimpse either, so perhaps the ward was barely out of range. Blink Missile's there on Visage. Visage pops the pipe to not die to Mana Void, but a glimpse will bring him back towards danger. Gas Familiars, both stunning the AM, but with Wage arriving, that'll be a dead Mjon. Polo is nearby. Dark is within ball lightning range, but instead it's Karan blinking in for Polo. Polo will get recalled back to the loving arms of Sasquatch, and that'll simply be one death on the Visage.
Level 20 on the Snapfire.
This is concerning. That's a lot. That's a lot of Snapfire damage.
He is also 6 on net worth now.
That's not good. Correction, not good if you're a Lonely Stoner fan. Fantastic if you're a Karantanamo Bay fan.
Even took the Shredder attacks, which, I mean, sure, I guess.
Guess if you're doing the build, you might as well commit for it, you know? Buy the crit,
exactly.
get the 20 talent, get the 15 talent, get the 25 talent, just do damage.
Oh, well, yeah, for sure the 20 and 25, but cookie cooldown's still decent. I don't know, maybe I'm making shit up, actually. Maybe no one takes the cookie talent either.
Well, Glimpse available for Math. He won't commit it quite yet, he's saving it for now. Dire play 5 around the middle lane. Karan has 2 lives for 22 more seconds. That's going to expire likely peacefully, barring a Psycho blink in right here, right now. Smoke was committed to by the Radiant, but it's already broken by Karan. Karan still has 2 lives. Jakku blinks in, looking for Bunions, but Karan turns. Dark balls in, looking to the back lines, looking for Confused. If Confused dies, it'll be a 1-for-1, and now it is a 1-for-1. Beekeeping's active from everybody in the game right now, practically. Zadistorm's on the floor, but it misses entirely. Atos on Polo, Glimpse. Speaking of Polo, Glimpse as well, but Karan will blink in, looking for Sasquatch. Sasquatch jukes him out. Back over to Polo, he's still alive. Once again, running away from the Snapfire ulti. Wage will attempt the tree volley, but it misses entirely. Polo is still alive. Dark balls in, finds a kill on Math Magician. That'll be a 2-for-1 so far. Good invis once again from Bunions. Dark is very low on mana. Sasquatch gives him a little bit more, but it seems like Radiant need to back off right now. Wage is still ready to go back in. His Avalanche and 3 blink in right now, but Radiant will back off accordingly.
Yeah. I mean, decent fight for Radiant. We got Confused in Math.
And look at Bunions on the end of the fight. He was staying a little bit too long around Radiant Vision. There's no way it's 100% sure he dies here. He dies here, right? There's no way.
These kills are big also. Dark just got like a bunch of XP. He's closing in on, not close, but he's getting to 25 now.
That was nearly a 2K
Polo's
swing
really
from that
hard.
one death on Bunions. What the? That's a lot of gold.
Sure.
You mentioned that it's gonna be hard for Radiant to win this one unless Dire throw. How far into the throw are we right now?
Like 45%. A little bit less than halfway.
We are getting there. I'm looking at the graph right now, and we appear to have reached the end of the valley. It's going back up again. Though not by that much.
I'd agree with that.
Once again, Smoke up as 4. It's worked before this game. Perhaps they'll look to succeed with it again. Right now, everybody but Polo plays top lane. One key problem. Look where Dire are. It's not top lane. It's everywhere else.
Regenerating on the storm.
Surely he wants to use it, but the problem is there is somebody to use it on. Bunyan's TP'd in. Problem is they don't know he's there. He's literally invis. Seeing more TPs. That's Karan TPing in at this point. Dark will do a long ball in, looking for Karan. Hex on Snapfire. Bunyan certainly will die here, but will there be vengeance? Confused has a Gale Force breaking Polo right towards the dire side base. Once again, turn around the bristles on his back, shackle the latch, but no follow-up is there in time. So it's one death on Bunyan's, the fourth core of the Stalker side team. Shackle latches, punch misses from Jakku. Karan blinks in, finds nothing. Now walks away. Orchid will be there, but there's no follow-up. Lampion hits onto 2. Confused. Will not last this second. Pistol Blade on Sasquatch. Sasquatch dies to Mana Void. Dark balls in. Looking for AM. AM's half HP. Want to lock him down, but they're failing to do so. And now it's perhaps time to run away. Wage has the avalanche. He's got the tree volley. He's got the catch on M-John. Now there's a gem on the floor as well. So 2 deaths and a gem lost, assuming Dire knows a gem there. And they do notice a gem there. They have found it. So it's certainly not ideal. And it's only going to get worse if Karan finds one more kill. But this time he will not find it.
Yeah, I guess it's just really hard to kill this AM. His like his armor isn't showing properly, but I think he's at 40 right now. Because it's not showing the nullifier, but yeah, I mean, it's pretty tough for him to die. I like that Polo's got the AC queued now, but I think that's probably gonna. He might even need like an MKB on Polo with this 25 talent to click down the AM. It's probably the only way this guy's gonna be able to die.
Buyback from M-John, ball in by Dark. They'll certainly find Confused, but can they find more? Wage will BKB and CP. There was not a cancel in time. Jakku, I believe, had Blink on cooldown.
I think his Blink is on cooldown, Punch is on cooldown.
So both components on cooldown. What can you do? Bunyan's is still running away. Dark has a long ball in. The Hex follow-up. Vortex will be the next one. Jakku is on the way, punching up, but in comes Karan, looking to fight this. He's snowball stunned temporarily before blinking away. Again, Radiant certainly want to kill the AM. It's a bit of a tall task to ask for, though. So I'm not being 2 kills for the buyback of M-John. The T3 died, but the Rax did not. And well,
the Wisdom Runes.
Where?
Although
there's a Wisdom Rune, correct? But it seems like Radiant have Rax in their mind right now.
Is he gonna take it? This is kind of a big deal, yeah.
Whoa, bold blink snowball by Jakku, far away from his friends. I believe he dies for that one. He's inside the kinetic field now, inside the warm embrace of death. The glimpse of available, it's time to run the hell away. It's not quite in range of anyone yet, but he'll be in range of Polo quite soon. Dark will ball in, looking for Karan, Tentacle out of force, silencing Dark. Polo was BKB, so he still stood his ground and fought. Ball in by Dark, finds Disruptor, but Disruptor remains alive. Just like that, we are going to see a walk away by the Dire. Nobody but Jakku died in that entire engagement. R.I.P. Tusk.
Yeah, Jakku was trolling a little bit. I guess he was expecting Dark to go in with him, but no BKB makes it pretty hard. Alright, hopefully this top Wisdom Rune goes to Dark. Then he'll get pretty close to his 25. Polo's also closing in on his 25. Oh, wait. Oh, he did queue up the Demon Edge. Yeah, he is going MKB. Nice. He's gonna need attack speed after this, but that is good. He's gonna do a shit ton of damage now to this AM when he blinks it. Like, the AM is actually gonna have to be concerned about something at once.
Which is the first time that's happened in a solid 20 plus minutes. Mid lane, speaking of concern. Correction, Sasquatch is too dead to be concerned. He's already this is dead. We'll see already at 25 on Polo's. The Wisdom Rune, it'll be grabbed by Polo, so Dark's 25 will have to wait. But again, simply having 25 in Bristle is very, very helpful. That is a lot of Warpath damage per stack.
Look how much he hits for right now. This DD just ran out, but even still, he hits for 700.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage.
Yeah, and honestly, this is the problem with the halberd. I don't think it really helped him that much getting to this point. And then right now, it's just like burning a hole in his inventory. He'd much rather have an AC. He wants to like turn his Vanguard into an Abyssal and then have like attack speed also. Yatoro even bought Moonshard. He didn't even buy AC, but I don't really understand why.
Mid-range
AC makes
Rex,
sense.
now dead. Hex on AM, into the Vortex,
Oh,
into the punch. They want Karan. They're going to try to get with another Hex. He's locked down and brought down. A huge kill on Karan. It's time for Karantanamo Bay to crumble. Ball in, finds confused. He's nullified and brought down. Dark's incredibly low, but he's still breaking more ankles. Jakku buys back. He knows the time is now. It's time to punish. And he wants to catch. He's got the blink. He's got the punch. He blinks in blindly! Right into 3 heroes. Dodges the avalanche. Beautiful stuff from Jakku on that one. Now Bunions certainly will die. Punch in the nullifier. Surely there's detection. There's a ball in. Hex on Wage as well. They're crumbling on Karantanamo Bay. Only 4 down. Math Magician's the lone survivor. There's buybacks on 3. All 3 cores can use it, but it's time to force out buybacks. We're now, what, like 75% into this throw now.
yeah. I mean, it's actually like decently difficult for Dire right now. No, it's like the bristle's finally clicking pretty hard. It's like you saw it in that fight. The AM actually like died in a stun duration. They caught him out with a stun, and the bristle just A-clicked his ass down. Actually killed him. Especially now that he's just got like 6k gold on the bristle, he's gonna probably get attack speed or like an abyssal blade on top of the stuns that they already have. The game's kind of tough for like Karan to find opportunities to blink it.
Wage uses buyback. He's looking to be the initial jump. Tree tossing and blinking away, holding the tree volley for now. Glyph is refreshed and once again used. Karan's alive in 5, confused in 10, Bunions in 20. Mid-racks are already dead. And it seems like Karantanamo Bay will not be able to punish because at this point, the Lonely Stoner will play conservatively and back up after 1 rack. So you know what? 1 racks, 1 buyback. We'll take our win and we'll not die here.
DD. That's pretty nice. I wonder
Goes to
what Dark
Dark.
is gonna buy. Wait, Dark should buy an MKB also. Probably not though.
You mentioned the Ags earlier. Still a
Yeah.
good item for Dark?
Yeah, Ag's definitely right. Hex on Sasquatch also, that's big.
That's 3 hexes then. They've got 1 on Coddle, 1 on Visage, and 1 on Storm. That is a lot of hexes.
Yeah. I mean honestly, dude, we've like pretty much only talked about Karan, I feel like, on Dire. Wage and Confused have had pretty quiet games, I'd say.
What can you do? I mean, Wage, again, he's one of the higher MR players in the league, one of the bigger name players, and usually he's like towards the top of the net worth chart, but not this game. He's been like 5-6 for a lot of the game. But he will get 2 lives. So Refresher Shard to AM, Aegis to Tiny. And apparently there's multiple cheeses for the die right now. 1 on Snap, 1 on Wind. Look at his positioning. They might go on Wage here. Problem is he's got 2 lives. That's gonna be hard. It's gonna be real hard.
Okay, it's going BKB now on AM. Honestly, I'm not even
Blink
sure.
snowball from Jakku as Dark balls in elsewhere. Will certainly kill Math. Dark wants to get more than simply Disruptor kill, and he will not find it.
I mean, yeah, they have Aegis now. They give it to Tiny because he used buyback, I suppose.
I mean, they was kind of hoping the AM won't even die. I mean, they gave him nothing. No cheese. No Aegis. There was a refresher temporarily. I don't. It's on Math now though.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I guess AM doesn't have item slots.
He can like backpack his BKB for something, or no, his butterfly for something, but not butterfly. His battle fury. There you go. 3rd item.
We got there eventually.
I don't. Yeah, I think there isn't really anything he wants though. Like maybe he could take a cheese, but I don't know. I mean, I think he'd rather have the slots, I guess, because I assume Wage just was like, I want the Aegis because he's on buyback.
We are again in a bit of a tense situation. Despite Dyer being up by 1k gold, 1 Aegis, and 2 cheeses, it feels like they're in a losing position right now because so much of the recent game has gone the way of the Lonely Stoner.
Yeah, and their like team fight execution is just way easier at this point. Like AM had his timing where he was just god, but it is running out of love. I like this Ags. I like how he's Ags queued up. I think this is the right way that he needs to play fights on AM.
Smoke
It's
up
gonna
S5. This could be a big jump. AM will lead the way with Confused right beside him. T-Podal, I believe. Run forward, Gleipnir available, but again, no vision, no jump. Dark, he's balling on around right now, all the way to Fountain practically. Surely Sasquatch can recall him if the time comes, though.
I guess they're content waiting out Aegis on Radiant. I'm interested why they're not doing anything. They see the AM on a ward. Just blink the on a ward.
Yeah, now we see Storm arriving, but perhaps a little bit too late. He was recalled in by Sasquatch, but they're not going. Oh, now Dire Smoke has 4. Radiant did not see it. AM blinks towards the tri-camp. Both smokes will break. They'll go for Jakku. Next is the return. Hitting on Tiny, but this blade from AM hits on Jakku. Jakku is dead. Now they want Sasquatch. Sasquatch is invis, but surely he'll die here, right? Surely. Surely he'll die here. There he is.
Those are 2 diebacks.
He'll have the Polo as well. Polo does have bristles on his back, pops the BKB. Dark falls in. Vortex and Catastone on the floor, hitting on nobody quite yet. But Dark's still dying, and he's simply dead. He buys back. Polo dies. He too has a buyback. Weight is low, but he still has 2 more lives. Bristle is back in the game. Rax mid will die. And again, with Rax gone and buybacks committed, is a big win for Karantanamo Bay. The gold has absolutely swung back their direction. Wage is simply unafraid of dying. He's got 30 seconds of immortality thanks to the Aegis, and he will use it to the finest extent possible, it appears. M. John goes forward, hexes AM, but Wage focuses buildings, blinks in, toss, oh, perfect toss on M. John. He's an enemy lines, Dark balls in, Statosaurus, oh, a little bit off the mark, but he's still dying. He can't get anything off, he's simply dead. Now Bristle sounds as well, into the Missile Blade, they'll both die there, that's 2 dieback, and the GG is called by Dark. The full 5-man wipe, Karantanamo Bay take the series 2-0 over to Lonely Stoner.
Things got bad real fast. I mean, it looked better from Lonely Stoner, but they just tossed the game at the very end. It was kind of hard to play into AM, but I mean, they were scaling nicely. They had, what, 2, 3 good fights in a row off the back of the MKB on the Bristle. So.
They did, but apparently just not enough. It's a little bit short. I guess these things happen with Dota sometimes. Again, valiant game from the Lonely Stoner. Certainly a game that they came dangerously close to winning. And again, despite Lonely Stoner being at the bottom of the table, they played 2 competitive games here. They were playing game 1 pretty even until minute 20. Game 2, they could have even won it very late into it. Fortunately, the wins were just not converted this time. All right, thank you for coming on again, Logical. Great to have you back from Riyadh, of course. Do you have any final words, call out, shout out to the people of League of Legends?
Nah.
All right, cool. So my name is Badger. Thank you for coming in and watching some lads action tonight between, of course, Karantanamo Bay, who won 2-0 over the Lonely Stoner. From the Caster Games, Caster Tournaments, hit me up on Twitter, twitter.com/Badger02, or over on Discord, Badger Pablo now. It's Badger Pablo. So yeah. As always, thank you for watching and have a great night.